Okay everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the action figure of Steven Seagal from his TV Cup series True Justice. So we'll have a quick look at the figure, quick look at the box and the accessories, and see if we can review this badass. Okay then guys, welcome to my latest review, and some of you might have known what I was whispering in the intro. Obviously Seagal, fairly noted for his whispering style of acting, all through his career really, since the early stuff right through to this figure, which is from the True Justice TV series. I think you can catch it over here in Britain on one of the channels, and it's obviously him as like a cop in town and all that. Sort of like a bit of a badass, hard-nosed cop and all that. Obviously it's Seagal in the present, as you can tell by the head sculpt, not the lean mean fighting machine that we got in like Out for Justice, like Marked for Death, Under Siege and all that. So pretty cat decides to turn up. Pause. Lovely. Yeah, just getting back to the figure, and it's from a company called Artfigures, and I've just noticed this on it's AF008, so it looks like their number in their figures a bit like Hot Toys number there, like MMS obviously. I think they've done, was it the Punisher figure, but this is the, I think this is the first Artfigures figure that I've got. And you know, there was a little bit of a debate whether the head sculpt was anything at all, but I think in person, and looking at a bit of the series on YouTube, because I haven't watched the series at all. Cat's gonna disturb me now, and I think it's not a bad representation of Seagal really. As you can see, he's all puffed up in the face, and obviously not the lean figure that we saw in the early movies and stuff like that. And obviously he's put a bit of weight. He's actually wearing like a padded like bodysuit, which a lot of these figures that require like a bit of weight on them does. So obviously pads out the figure, because you couldn't just have him on a regular body, because it looked bit silly really, because well, he is on a regular body, but without the bodysuit, obviously to pad him out. So just a more detailed look at the head sculpts, which, as I say, is not bad in my opinion. The clothing is all pretty nice. A leather like jacket, which is obviously not leather, and then the jeans and the boots, which is all pretty standard. So that's all pretty nice. Talking about the body, the only thing that I don't really, and the joints are a little bit too flexible for my liking. I like my figures to be a little bit more like stiff in the joints and stuff like that. But it's not the end of the world if that's the case, but I would rather a figure be like stiffer, because it can always get looser over time. As if it's loose to start with, then it's just going to get looser, I guess. It's actually got the one thing that I don't like though is the type of hands that it's got. It's like the wire meshed hands, which you can like articulate yourself. I've never been a fan of these, and obviously like you got the like really obvious holes and stuff like that. It's just a regular ball joint though. I'll just take that off there. Quite thick actually, but I've got as you can see there, I've got tons of hands, like regular Hot Toys hands, stuff like that, and you know, I think these hands are gonna go away, and I use my like Hot Toys hands, because I've got tons of them anyway. So as I say, I'm not a fan of these hands whatsoever. I had them on a few figures in my collection, and I've removed like all of them and just put standard like sculpted Hot Toys hands, which I think look much better. And obviously the advantage for these, you can get them in any pose that you like, but I never think they work really. And they always look a little bit too slender for my liking, not really big enough. I would have thought that Seagal would have bigger fingers than that really, but there you go. So figure stands pretty well on its own. That's another like little concern of mine when I first get a figure, is that it's going to actually stand on its own. Once you get, he's not standing too good now, but once, if I had another hand free, I'll be able to pose him quite easy, and he does stand reasonably okay, unsupported. Obviously you don't get a stand with this figure, not like a Hot Toys figure. You just notice in the background, this is a bit of a diorama piece that he gets. You just have to put it together. It comes in 4 different pieces, the 2 floors, obviously the blooded floor there. It's all quite nice, like for a little diorama piece. I don't know whether I use it, and then obviously like a graffitied wall and the bullet holes in the door. But you know, little lock on the door. It's obviously a great little diorama piece if that's like what you're into and all that. And you could pose your figure with him if you like. And you know, I'd rather it be in the box than it not be in the box, you know, sort of thing. It's always something that you can use if you want. It's all feels like I don't know what sort of. I think it's just a real hard plastic. It's the best way of describing it. I think that's what it is. Like these look like tiles in design when they're in the box, but they're not like made out of that sort of well, whatever tiles are made out of. So I'm sure it's like just a hard plastic sort of thing. So and the door it's on that little hinge thing there, so it can actually swing open and closed if you like. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I'll just show you the box a little bit more. And okay, so here's the box for the figure, and briefly showed it before, but there's it in a bit more detail. I'd say, well, hang on, how about I get a couple of boxes to like demonstrate for you. Okay, so I've just got 3 boxes now. The middle one's the Enter Leon figure, which is as tall as all the other boxes, but as you can see, it's kind of like twice the width of the Artfigures box. And then there's not really such a thing as a standard Hot Toys box or Enter box really. Obviously the DX come in much bigger boxes and stuff like that. But this is kind of like what most of the figures come in, this sort of like shoebox design is best that I can describe it. And that's obviously it's got the most like length in it, or width or whatever. So and the Enterprise has got more depth, so it's quite a small box in all in all, which is nice really. I mean, you don't want like the biggest boxes in the world really if you can help it. Obviously if you're looking to keep the box, you want them quite small and dainty, and somewhere, I mean that's like perfect size really, and like housed all of this stuff, all the figures and stuff like that, and the diorama piece. And yeah, it does the job. And as I say, the smaller the box the better really. You don't want these like humongous boxes and stuff like that hanging around the place, so that's cool. Okay, you get the foam padding obviously, which is pretty standard with these things, keeping everything nice and safe in there. The new action figure smell that you get from all these new boxes, of course. And just brief look at the accessories, pretty standard. Handcuffs obviously. Whether Seagal would use them or not is debatable. Then the gun, plastic. It's already got a clip in there, and yeah, that clip can come out, and it's got an extra clip. Quite nice. Then it's got little walkie-talkie thing, which has actually got the little Motorola. Probably won't be able to see it with this camera, but it's got Motorola written on it, which is pretty nice and detailed. Nice detailing on the numbers. I think you can actually make out the little numbers if you look really close. Probably get a magnifying glass of that, so that's pretty nice. A bit reminiscent of the Jim Gordon figure. Hot Toys have released their little walkie-talkie. Then you get a little chain and then a little pen, little gold pen, and his badge. Federal Firearms License Type 1, so sure that's accurate to the movie. And just get this little booklet as well, which is kind of nice as well. So that's all the accessories, not a great deal, but you know, this figure only cost me about £80, and when you consider that your average Hot Toys, not DXs but just regular MMS if you like, come to around, well, the cheapest one I could pre-order was the Catwoman, that was 139, so that's £60 more than this guy. And obviously Hot Toys is like a higher standard and all that, and you've got to expect it, but let's say, I mean, this guy's nearly half the price of a Hot Toys figure. And there's just a little neck connection, which because of the way the shirt, that's as much as the shirt can close up at the top, it is slightly noticeable. I mean, obviously you could close it up a little bit more if you really wanted, or put a tie on him to hide that, but when it's closed up you can't really notice it that much, so it's not much of a bugbear. Okay then, should put some hands on this guy really, leave him a cripple. Okay, oh, another thing about figures I'm interested in is like height comparisons and stuff like that. So I'll just get a couple of Hot Toys figures that collectors might recognise, so you can get an idea of how tall this figure is. Okay, and so I've just got some figures lined up. These are the usual figures that I line up for comparisons on height. Arnie is obviously Arnie from T2 is obviously a big figure, as people are aware, and as you can see, Seagal, looking at it here, I think he's just a little bit taller than Arnie even, so he's certainly a tall figure, and I think that's maybe he's a little bit oversized actually, because obviously not weight wise, but height wise, I don't know, I think Seagal is quite a tall guy though, isn't he? Well over 6 foot, 6'2", 6'3", I might have to look on his Internet Movie Database, but yeah, that's just about right, I think. He's certainly going to be a tall figure, and they've got the height right there, so pretty pleased with that. There's the Joker, which I kind of like always say is like my middle of the road sort of figure, height wise. Obviously you can see Skull bigger, which is nice. And then there's Bruce Lee at the end, which is like one of my smallest male characters. So yeah, pretty pleased with that, with the height comparison. I was concerned that he was going to be too short or something like that, and look a bit silly, but no, that's perfect. Really happy with that. So yeah, overall, glad that I picked the figure up, and I got it from a Collectible Kit Bash. I ordered it Sunday, and it's arrived today, so you can't complain there. Great customer service and all that, and yeah, £80. I don't think you can complain really, and it's quite a unique figure, a Seagal figure. There's none others on the market. I'd like, obviously, an earlier Seagal would be nice, whether that's going to be released by Artfigures or someone else, who's to know, but obviously like a lean, mean, but this is kind of like, this like a unique piece, and like the jowly puffy face, I haven't really got anyone like that in my collection. They're all like pretty like chiseled jaw, kind of like characters, a bit like Arnie, so it's quite nice to have something a little bit different, that's really different from your Hot Toys stuff, and a lot cheaper. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, guys, and yeah, pretty pleased all in all. So yeah, cool. Thanks for watching, everyone.